Good evening. I'm Chris Paulick, heir to the Paulick Report, and this is Fantasy Capping with Chris.
And I'm Ray Paulick, creator of the Paulick Report. Now, the Breeders' Cup has come up with a great new fantasy league called Fantasy Capping. And it's a thing where, the kids today, like Chris here, love fantasy leagues.
I do.
You play fantasy leagues.
I got fantasy football, fantasy baseball, fantasy ping pong. I think there's volleyball out there for those that enjoy that sport.
Skateboarding?
No, they don't have that yet.
But anyways, fantasy horse racing is kind of a new concept. And this is a really neat, simple, easy to play, fun.
Very fun.
Very fun.
Very fun.
And so every week, Chris is going to go through the race of the week and make the wager on the race of the week. This week's race is called
It's the Whitney Invitational Handicap. It's grade 1.
From Saratoga up in New York. It's one of the best races of the summer. It's for older horses, not as old as me, but older than 3 years old, I think.
They're pretty old.
Yeah. Okay. So every week now you make a selection. You make a theoretical bet.
Yes.
Right?
It's not real money. It's fake money.
It's kind of like Monopoly money.
Yes.
And how do you play? Is there a website where you can go to?
Yes. The website is fantasycapping.com.
Oh, that's a great name for the website. So we want to invite everybody out there to form their own fantasy leagues. Invite your friends to participate. There's also a public league you can join if you don't have any friends.
Yeah.
But,
like me.
No, but the really cool thing is if you're involved in racing, I'm sure you know people who you'd like to get involved. And this is a great opportunity to do that. Right? You've got friends.
I have many friends.
And a lot of them know you're a racing fan.
Yeah.
And they maybe would play, right?
They might.
Give it a shot.
I'll talk them into it.
Okay, good. So, the Whitney, who do you like?
I like Ron the Greek.
First of all, how many? Who?
Ron the
Greek. Okay.
He's Greek.
Okay. Why do you like him?
He is a horse that will be coming from the back of the pack.
Okay.
He'll be running late. He'll be charging,
running
as
late.
they say.
Running late.
Running late.
Are we running late? In high school, you were always running late.
I was. I had many detentions because of that, but I don't blame it fully on me. You drove me. So
yeah, that's true. So he's a late running horse.
Yes.
Which means why? Well, if he's late, he's not going to win, is he?
Well, he won't. But there's going to be a quick pace. The number 5 horse, Trickmeister, is going to be very, very fast out of the gate, and he's just going to run his eyes out and end up stopping.
So he's kind of like a rabbit.
Well, he's a horse, so he's not a rabbit.
Okay.
But he's a fast horse.
And is Ron the Greek like a tortoise?
Yeah, you could say that. He's a tortoise that turns into a turtle, and gets a little faster.
Okay. So the contest, you have to make a theoretical wager either to win, which of course is first, to place, which is second, or show, which is third, or an exacta, which is the first and second.
Yes, but it has to be in the exact order.
So the exacta is, you have to finish first and second in that exact order. That's a great name. I wonder who came up with that name. That's
probably Bob Baffert.
No, that wouldn't have been him. But anyway, so what kind of bet are you gonna make?
I'm going to do
Ron the Greek.
Well, it is the Olympics, so we're going to go for the gold. We're going to bet a win and $20 to win on Ron the Greek.
Wait, the Olympics started in Greece.
They did.
So Ron the Greek is not only the perfect horse to play if you think the speed horses are going to slow down and set it up, but also it's the Olympic hunch bet of the week.
It is.
Ron the Greek to win the Whitney in week 1 of the Fantasy Capping Contest, sponsored by the Breeders' Cup.
Yes.
And it ends, this is a weekly contest that runs until the Breeders' Cup, November 3rd.
November 3rd, and be the Breeders' Cup Classic as the last bet.
Very good. Talk to you next week.
Indeed. Boom.
Boom.